Okay, good morning. Today we're going to deal with the topic of what is chemistry, and we're looking at matter, its classification. All right, so when you answer the question, what is chemistry? Chemistry is the study of the composition of matter, all right, and the changes that matter undergoes. That's how you would define chemistry. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. That's the definition of matter. Mass of an object is the amount of matter the object contains. Okay, that would be the definition of mass. Matter can be classified into two groups. You have your pure substances that have definite and uniform composition. Then you have your mixtures that have a variable composition and are combined and separated by physical means. So there are two groups of matter: pure substances that have a definite composition, whereas you have mixtures that have a variable composition and are combined and separated by physical means. Okay, pure substances. There are two groups of pure substances. You got elements and compounds. Examples of elements are any element on the periodic table would be an example of a pure substance that is an element. Okay? Whereas compounds are combinations of elements that have been chemically combined. This flow chart over here shows you the way the pure substances are divided into compounds and elements. If it can be chemically decomposed, then it is a compound. If it cannot be chemically decomposed, then it would be an element. That's how you would differentiate between an element and a compound. Figure out, can it be chemically decomposed? If it can, then it's a compound. If it cannot be further chemically decomposed, it would be an element. And every element on the periodic table cannot be chemically decomposed. It can be broken down by nuclear means, but not by chemical means. Here's an example where you have an element, carbon, reacting with oxygen, the element oxygen, to give you carbon monoxide, which is a compound, a combination, chemical combination of elements. Elements are the building blocks of all matter, the simplest form of matter. It is also the simplest form of matter. And they are also pure substances that cannot be decomposed by ordinary means. And they cannot be decomposed by ordinary means to other substances. Elements are represented by a 1 or 2 letter chemical symbol. That's what I said a little while ago, that you would find all the elements on the periodic table represented by one capital letter or by a capital letter and a little letter, each representing an element. Compounds are formed when 2 or more elements chemically combine or bond together. Chemically combine, another word for that is bonding, chemical bonding. Compounds are pure substances in which the elements are combined in a fixed ratio. Compounds are represented by chemical formulas. We just looked a little while ago at the chemical formula for carbon monoxide was CO, a combination of carbon and oxygen. And then the final thing we're going to look at is mixtures. Mixtures are made of 2 or more substances physically combined. Mixtures can be either heterogeneous, example sand and water mixed together is an example of a heterogeneous mixture, or it can be homogeneous, where you have a solution. Another word for homogeneous mixture is a solution. Example, apple juice, air, sugar and water, where the sugar is completely dissolved in the water, all examples of homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixtures are not uniform in composition. That means, for example, classic example would be Italian salad dressing, where you have the spices, the vinegar and the oil mixed together, but they do not have uniform composition throughout. That's an example of a heterogeneous mixture. Hetero means different.